Civil society groups and the private sector have the right to comment on public affairs and on legislation on behalf of those they seek to represent. This is impossible if meetings of the National Assembly are arranged without sufficient notice and bills are rushed through without enough time to consider their provisions, unquote. Mr. Speaker, when the Davies report was written, it was established that civil society was essentially excluded. And all that was done was there to involve civil society. Yet we have a vice president, one of the two vice presidents, telling us that because they didn't go to an election, they have no place. If you are talking about democracy, then civil society must have a place in that society. And so, my friends, I ask you to reconsider your position, because your position is not only rolling back democracy, it is damaging our country. I listened to Honorable Member Nandlal, and all he was saying essentially to the end is, y'all have your say and I will have my way. Now, you cannot build a democracy. You cannot build a democracy if you are not responsive to the interests of people. Mr. Speaker, your life is a rigged life. Mr. Speaker, I will urge, Mr. Speaker, that you utilize the standing orders when there is this level of insanity. Mr. Speaker, our parliament should have a level of decency, and therefore it is your task to get rid of the indecent, Mr. Speaker. And I plead with you, I have no problem, I'm pleading with you, you should be impartial and utilize the rule effectively. Mr. Speaker, the issue before us is whether, Mr. Speaker, is whether adding two persons or the government side to form a quorum for the Public Accounts Committee will solve the problem. It cannot. I want to repeat that when you look at it, it shows no interest, it shows no intention of bringing representation, because representation already exists. And therefore, there is a sinister motive. And I said to you, we need to ensure that the Public Accounts Committee continues to operate as an independent body, and it should be so structured that a minister or two from government staying away should not affect its work. If you are committed to building a democratic society in which Parliament is independent, in which the Public Accounts Committee is insulated from the executive, you will withdraw this motion. I close by saying to you, Mr. Speaker, that you are destroying the democratic process. The gains that you refer to that were made in the period 1997 to 2006, your actions today are destroying that process. I thank you.
you.